Yes, sir.
So my whole point was that why not get out here and create revenue by being the type of person that can solve problems? So what we did was we started selling like buttons that grew into T-shirts. Eventually, I opened up like a sort of like a mini mall. It was like a bunch of us running businesses inside this rec center. It was just a real cool thing. And the beauty of it is, and I still feel this way, I honestly believe everybody can do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I honestly believe that. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. I feel the same way as you, man. I believe everyone can do it as well. It's just those mental limitations that everyone puts over themselves. And like you said earlier, the programming that everyone has to deal with through their entire lives. I mean, just the school system. And I always talk about the negative programming that we have from our own parents. I can say that I believe our parents are probably the biggest detractors of us going out and doing things that we really dream about doing. And I say that because, you know, as a baby, as you start to grow, you start to become a child, you start to have these crazy dreams and imaginations that you can do everything. I'm going to be an astronaut. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a lawyer. You have all these dreams of things that you want to do. And then as you get older, then those same dreams that you have, the same people that says, go ahead, you got it, you can do it, you can do whatever you want to do. Those same people start to say, you know what, you should be more realistic. You know, maybe you should just go to college and just get a nice steady job. You know, to have something steady to come in so you have some kind of money to take care of your family and you can get by. You know, that's what life is all about. That's the American dream, you know. Go to college, get backed up with all that student loan debt, mess your credit all up with all the credit cards to pay for that student loan debt, and yeah, get a good job and just make enough to get by. You have a house, you have a car, you know, you can take care of your 2.3 kids. That's what Stephen Urkel used to always say, 2.3 children. That's how many kids him and Laura was going to have. But we're programmed that way, and our parents are normally the ones that really ruin a lot of dreams that these kids have. And, you know, how do we get the kids to continue dreaming? And, like, the main question I want to ask, because I touched on it, you know, you go to school, you go to college, you build up all this student loan debt, you have your credit cards that they just throw at you. When you're 18 and you apply for that FAFSA, all these credit card companies just start throwing mail your way. You be like, oh, shoot, I'm grown now, I can get a credit card. You get all these credit cards, you screw your credit up, you're running around with 400 credit score. That's devastating in this today's society. So what can we do to teach people about the financial literacy, the aspect of their credit and the importance of money and not having to do the things that, you know, everyone else is doing?
Yo, man, environment is stronger than willpower. I hope everybody writes that down. Environment is stronger than willpower. There is nothing like being that nice rich friend. You're bound to be the 10th. If you hang out with 9 broke friends, your mama Ben told us this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you hang out with 5 broke friends, you're bound to be the 6th. If you hang out with 5 rich friends, you're bound to be the 6th. Show me your friends, I'm gonna show you your future.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing. Way before the friends, we all know who's teaching the kids first. And that's the mama. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The mama. The original comptroller of the family budget. She's the original schoolmaster. She's the principal. She's the police chief. Right?
Yep.
And what I'm saying is that if mama jacks up, what the kids gonna be?
Mm-hmm.
So what people gotta understand is that we have to get wealthy so we can raise the wealth consciousness and awareness of what our people see every day.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason our people don't believe they can be rich is because they don't see nobody rich around them. So the main thing that we have to do to get our children to believe in themselves is we got to believe in ourselves. Bill Gates said it better than I've ever heard anybody say it. He was like, if you're born broke, that ain't your fault. But if you die broke, that's all your fault. That's all your fault. There are too many resources available to the average man or woman in 2016. The vault doors have been blown off their hinges. If you look around yourself, the same information that the CEO can get, some little child in a third world country can pick up their computer or go on their smartphone and find out the same information. It's never been that way in any time in history.
Mm-hmm.
You have no excuses if you're hearing my voice. And so these children, they just have to be diverted away from Pokemon Go into some coding classes. And then we good. They already are learning computers. It's just the way the system is set up. They just want your kid to be a consumer. They don't want your kid to be a producer. So you've got to fight the good fight for them. Because if you leave them to the devices of the masses, society, you're going to have your kid another little sheep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. Now, you speaking a lot of knowledge out here tonight, and a lot of people aren't prepared. They're not ready to take it. And a lot of times people just don't want to hear it. They just put that wall up like, man, listen, no, I don't. I'm good. My life is fine. Everybody has that my life is fine attitude when your life can be better. And you know, one thing I can say about myself, I used to be one of those very, very competitive children. You know, I was one of the youngest of 14 kids. I grew up with a lot of nieces and nephews that was around my age. So my mentality was always, anything you can do, I can do better. And it was that song. I lived that song. That song was my life. Like, you know what? If you can do that, I can do it better. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna be better than you. And I had that mentality that I just wanted to be better than everybody else. And then I grew up and I started to realize, like, yo, that's weak. Like, anything I can do better. Forget worrying about somebody else. The things that I do now, I need to get up and focus on becoming better every day. I need to do those things to become better myself. And you know, in the entrepreneurial world, the more value you have, the better the person you have, the more expertise you have, the more value you offer others, the more money that's going to come your way. And everybody's so caught up and chasing after the money. Like, I'm trying to get that good job. I'm trying to get that high paying job. Like, you're not worth the high paying job. Why would they give you the job? When everybody just goes to work, as you said earlier, you know, they do just enough to get by, and the employers pay them just enough so they don't quit. But they want that management position. They want that corporate position. They want to move higher up, but they're going to work doing just enough to get by. Like, you need to focus on becoming better yourself and going out there and saying, you know what, I know I can do better than this. And when you start to live that mentality, live that mindset of, yo, guess what, I'm going to be better than I was yesterday each and every day. Every day I wake up, I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. And guess what? People start to feel it. People start to notice that. They start to feel those vibes that you have. And then the world is going to come to you. Like, I know you read The Secret. I know you know about The Secret and the way the mind works, because that's your thing. And listen, everybody who's listening in right now, this man is a genius. I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up, he be dropping some wisdom on me. They be like, yo, I never even heard of that. Hey, you going to research and stuff after you finish talking to him. So pay attention to what he's saying. Definitely pay attention to what he's saying. Now I want to ask you about the environment. How does someone get into the right environment so they can lose that broken mindset?
Well, that's another one of those really powerful questions, man, because environment is made up of a lot more than just our physical environment. Environment has to do with what we're putting in our bodies, what we're putting in our mind, and where we're putting our bodies, right? Mm-hmm. So I always talk about like how the first environment that you want to form for yourself is when you're talking about creating a learning environment. So the learning environment that you want to create is this whole culture where when you're riding around in your car, you're listening to something powerful, you know, like podcasts and interviews like this, or audio books, or you go on YouTube and pull stuff up. We actually have a text message service called Dear Millionaire, and that helps change people's environment because we send out audio links. We'll send out videos every now and then we send out quotes and what have you. And what that does is it begins to make it so that your default thoughts, the things that go into your head when no one's talking to you, but when you just, they start to become more positive. They start to become more of the same types of thoughts a millionaire would have, with someone who's thinking like a multiplier would have. And this is part of building your environment. Another part of building your environment is making sure that you pick out a place of genius for yourself. You need a place where you can go away from your family, go away from your friends, kind of be in a sort of setting that allows you to study and be at peace. Thomas Edison still has the record for the most patents ever, right? It's from one man. But guess what he didn't have? Twitter going off every couple seconds. He didn't have a Facebook notification.
Distractions.
Interrupted him when he was just about to. Distractions, man. I tell everybody, GOD stands for goal over distraction. Like I write about it in my book, and the reason that they call Beelzebub Lord of the Flies in Hebrew is because the devil's government name is distraction. The devil's government name is distraction. Like your way is the straight path. The only shortcut is the straight path. Stop letting people throw you off your focus, man, and decide. Make a decision that you're going to get busy. Man, everybody worry about the politics, and I know right now the Democratic National Convention. Listen, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm an entrepreneur. So the glass ain't half empty, the glass ain't half full, the cup runneth over. Because I live in abundance. I'm an entrepreneur supremacist, and I want to invite everybody that's listening to be one too. Me and Daniel are doing a really good work out here together. He's obviously a community activist. I'm obviously somebody that feels the same way. And I want to invite you guys, if you're listening in, call in, connect with us. You can get with me on Instagram, at Haziq Ali, or Facebook, Haziq Ali, because the whole point is that we have the mechanics to go with the motivation. We're building a movement. I'm not mad at the guys that are out there protesting. I just hope you know it lasts longer than a weekend. I hope you know that, like, if we're going to have real lasting change, it ain't going to come from one of them a political convention. Real lasting change. Yes, Black Lives Matter. But let me tell you what else. It's black business that makes a difference. I have my own feelings about the agenda they're pushing. Keep on telling you about Black Lives Matter and using this certain guy as a figurehead and all of that. I have my own feelings about a lot of that. But what I will tell you that I know for sure is that the only way any people ever gets respect is when they have the purchasing power. Now, we've got the purchasing power, but we don't have the respect. How does that work? It's because they know they programmed your butt. Carter G. Woodson, the inventor of Black History Month, he told you. He said, listen, it's called the miseducation of the Negro. He was like, man, if you train a Negro that he's supposed to use the back door, and you don't give the Negro a back door, the Negro going to go to the back of the house and wait for you to build a back door. That's the Negro. So what I'm saying to you is that that's what they got with us. They'll give all these athletes money knowing ain't none of them going to put together money and buy a TV station. Because we already handled that.
Yeah.
We already made it so that we done redesigned your dream. Now you dreaming about chains and whips. Why? Because you're still a slave. For those that don't know, in the hood we call cars whips. And then everybody's wearing chains, right? So it's slavery. You can't be into thinking that it ain't slavery. They redesigning your dream. Now you praying for whips and chains. That's crazy.
Man.
That's crazy, man.
Man, don't hurt them tonight. Don't hurt them tonight. They're not gonna call back into the show. They're not gonna listen no more. They're gonna be like, "Yo, I done had too much. I done heard too much. I'm feeling some kind of way now."